The tumbling of two of the biggest names in the finance world, Credit Suisse and Deutsche Bank, has sparked shock in the market and raised apocalyptic speculations in the global economy, and for some, it created Lehman Brothers moment speculations and rang the alarm bells. Are we heading to a 2008-style financial crisis? Or the crash of these two giants is temporary and they will be saved because they are too big to fail? Or the crash will be even worse? Stay with me till the end of the video if you want to answer these questions. Hello fellow shrewd investors, welcome to another video in your channel. This will be a quick update on the recent developments surrounding Credit Suisse and Deutsche Bank, two of the biggest asset management and financial institutions. I'll explain here what exactly happened and what is going to happen very likely. So, what happened? Two giants, the biggest banks of Germany and Switzerland, Deutsche Bank is the biggest bank of Germany and Credit Suisse is the biggest bank of Switzerland, has recently been on a sharp decline which was aggravated by their further tumbling during the last few days. To give you a context about the size and importance of the news about these two banks, Lehman Brothers had 600 billion worth of assets under management when they crashed in 2008 and caused the global financial crisis by taking the economy down with themselves. Now, Credit Suisse and Deutsche Bank have multiple times of the asset Lehman Brothers held during the last financial crisis, 2 trillions and 800 billions. So, the initial rumors started with a tweet of an ABC reporter. David Taylor tweeted, "Credible source tells me a major international investment bank is on the brink." He had to delete the tweet because of, we don't know, pressure or something else. We don't know. So what is going on? The stock of both banks performs miserably. Deutsche Bank has fallen by 70% and Credit Suisse by 83.39% since they bottomed in 2008 and have continued to fall since then until recent devastating crash. So here is the bottom of the two stocks in 2008 financial crisis. After that they recovered a little, but they bottomed further, they recovered a bit, they bottomed further, they recovered a bit, they bottomed further, without any imaginable bottom at the horizon. So as you see, they are on declining trajectory for a very long time. What they lost only during the last 1 year is more than 40% of their stock value. What scenarios are possible? The future for these two banks look quite bleak. Nevertheless, a few different scenarios are possible, though not necessarily probable. Some voices say the inevitable will eventually happen. Others say that the sudden news about the collapse of big banks only serves to stir up panic among people to create an apocalyptic financial mood. As you can imagine, one direct consequence of the news of this sort that causes panic is that people could run to take their money out of the banks. This can translate into a self-fulfilling prophecy, actually. So, more pessimistic voices say that Credit Suisse and Deutsche Bank might announce their bankruptcy imminently and as soon as by the end of this month. However, there are some optimistic voices also that they say that Credit Suisse and Deutsche Bank could also be bought up by another bank and saved in this way, while some others speculate that they could be saved with a bailout like in the 2008 financial crisis. What will happen and shrewd investors' take on the recent developments? The speculation is endless, but the situation in 2022 is very different than 2008. As I repeated in few past videos on different occasions, the upcoming crash will not be a financial crash but a financial system crash. And as I said in my past video, the link to that video is here in the corner. The introduction of the central bank digital currencies is a definitive decision by the global financial elites and will be widespread as soon as in March 2023, which will provide an unprecedented degree of control of all the transactions and expenditures of everyone. I also tweeted this just 2 days ago, and with this, of course, I would like also to announce that Shrewd Investors Twitter account has been launched. It was created some time ago, but the activity started just a few days ago, and this is the first announcement about that. So please come to Twitter, or if you are already in Twitter, follow me in Twitter and let's enter into discussion and conversation in Twitter for much short-term and faster developments. So I tweeted 2 days ago this. It won't be a 2008 style crash. Credit Suisse and Deutsche Bank will start a domino with far-fetching financial consequences which will culminate in not a financial crash but a financial system crash and introduction of CBDCs. I had also tweeted more than a week ago how and why the global introduction of CBDCs will coincide with a super crash of financial monetary system, explained here, where I refer to my past video on the CBDCs. So to conclude, the financial system super crash is inevitable in order to implement the CBDCs globally. Whether fall of Credit Suisse and Deutsche Bank will be a necessary prerequisite or not is not known yet. However, what we know is that the chief executive officer of Credit Suisse, Ulrich Körner, named CEO in late July 2022, tried to reassure his staff and the markets the last weekend with words like the firm is facing a critical moment, but he is working on a new strategic plan and will announce it on 27th of October. Since he didn't give further details, we don't know what his plans are. But you can't count on something that you don't know. Actually, given a huge ambience of mistrust, his announcement did little to calm the public. People are running to take their assets out, which itself can turn into a vicious cycle and accelerate the fall of the bank. It seems that the big boss who is bringing a giant bank like Credit Suisse to ruin has not much in his arsenal and is still too arrogant to admit that he has no rescue plan except an evil strategy cutting off thousands of jobs soon. Although he announced 27th of October as the date, till the end of this week will be a very difficult time because it may be decided over the weekend, coming weekend, to announce the failure of these banks on Monday. Should we prepare for a bloody Monday? We don't know. So let's talk the other side of the story also. Both Credit Suisse and Deutsche Bank are in the club of too big to fail, or the so-called GSIBs, which stands for Global Systematically Important Banks. This is an important piece of information because it suggests that whatever happens will be a deliberate decision by higher authorities. In theory, Germany and Switzerland could easily bail out their banks, as Germany has 280 billion in foreign reserves and Switzerland has 860 billion in foreign reserves. We will see if the plan is to save these two giants as they saved in 2008 by announcing that they were too big to fail, or the fall of these two banks will also be a necessary step to implement the new system with the introduction of the CBDCs in March 2023. If you benefited from this video, give me a thumbs up. It helps a lot with the YouTube algorithm. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification button if you have not done so yet. Stay happy and wealthy until the next time.